What's up, guys? Eastwood here. We're going to be going over my dividend report for March of 2025. So stick around and we'll get right to it. We will go over all of the dividends that have been paid to me in the month of March. One of my first dividends for March was Pfizer for 6 cents. My YieldMax Magnificent 7 ETF, that was on March 7th as well for 19 cents. And then a dividend of 5 cents from Chevron on the 10th. A 3-cent dividend from O on the 14th. $72.94 from Misty on the 14th of March. ORC on the 28th for 3 cents. Oxford Square Capital on March 31st for 61 cents. SCHD on the 31st for 29 cents. VOO for 2 cents on March 31st. And this is just a simple breakdown of all the dividends that came in through March. And then the total is $74.09, and that's at the bottom. Here we have the best and worst performers of March 2025. CVX was my best performer at 5.93%. Then there's MO at 3.78%. Then MSTY at 1.83%. And my three worst performers were ORC, which is the worst at 12.5%, BTO at 7.13%, and OXSQ at 6.68%. On March 3rd, I sold 61 shares of SACH. On March 5th, I bought 1.9 shares of VT. On March 5th, I sold 1.2 shares of YMAG. On March 7th, I bought 1.1 shares of BETO. And then on March 10th, I bought 25 shares of Misty. On March 10th, I bought 11 shares of BETO. On March 10th, I also bought 2.4 shares of ORC. On March 11th, I bought 17.5 shares of OXSQ. On March 14th, I bought 1.24 shares of ORC. And on March 21st, I bought 1 share of CV. On March 21st, I bought 1 share of Coca-Cola. On March 21st, I also bought 1 share of O. And also on March 21st, I bought 22 shares of Miss. And this is just a recap of all the stocks that I bought for the month of March. But to just go ahead and show you on the Excel spreadsheet what I was talking about. So everything is listed right here. So for O, there's 3 cents, ORC 3 cents, MSTY 72.94, OXSQ for 61 cents. And those are all monthly. And then down below, I've got Chevron for 5 cents, SCHD for 29 cents, VOO for 2 cents. And then I had 2 dividend payments from companies that I sold out of, which was Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. I do plan on picking those back up, just not right now. So my last video, I was talking about my whole process as to what I'm doing. My idea is that if I start buying more into Misty, I'll be able to supplement into my other monthly dividend paying stocks. And then I'll have even more working capital to build up like my actual main portfolio, you know, such as Altria, Chevron, SCHD, Coca-Cola, VOO. I do plan on building a pretty big dividend portfolio. It's just right now I'm starting off, as you can tell how much I'm actually invested in it so far. I do plan on making monthly contributions, and then once I hit that cap for the 7,000, since I'm married, I will be able to invest into my individual account, which I'm wanting to buy the ROIC stocks to help supplement not mine and my wife's income right now, but for later on in the future. So I would be using that to buy other stocks. Down here at the bottom, you can see my monthly total for March was $74.09. So that's not bad. That's not bad for me at all, because the previous month was $16.75. As you can see right here, in the month before that was $5.35. And I do want to give all of the credit, or most of the credit, to MSTY or Misty. I have nothing bad to say about MSTY other than that I wish it was higher. March was $74.09. I do expect April to be a lot bigger month. And this is just a small overview of the total net worth. The retirement from work is $10,395. The Acorns account, which I was telling you guys about, is up to $52 now, $52. So that's slowly building up. I think it's a really cool small investment that you guys can get into as well. Then the Robinhood IRA account, which you guys know about, which we just talked about. The health savings account, which is $450. We still don't have anything in the savings account yet. And then it just lists the total net worth down here at the bottom. And then over here on this side is going to be the yearly growth, which I plan on just keeping track of, just to show yearly gains, as well as the yearly dividend growth for the same reason. Okay, so talking about the stocks that I do plan on buying for the month of April would definitely be MSTY. I definitely want to get that up to 100 shares before I even think about buying into those other monthly ones, which I'm sure I can. So MSTY is currently at 21.20, but I also want to buy, I want to buy into BITO a little bit more, because I'm almost to 5 to dividend wise. So I kind of want to get that one up to 20 before I move on to the other ones. And now I'll talk about the dividends that I have coming in for the month of April. I have 3 cents coming on April 1st from Coca-Cola, 86 cents on April 3rd coming from Vici, $4.41 on April 7th coming from BITO, 29 cents on April 15th coming from O, 47 cents on April 29th coming in from ORC, and then $1.15 on April 30th from MO. You can also find me on my X account, where I talk about my stock portfolio, as well as other stocks that I'm interested in, but also sports and politics and whatever else is trending nowadays. But be sure to go ahead and add me there as well. So like always, thanks again, and you'll see me real soon.